Welcome to Holly and Associates. Today, I will discuss the importance of handling an ethical issue that has recently occurred in our firm, a breach in client confidentiality. Today, I want to focus on the attorney-client privilege and what it means to our firm. I also want to discuss what has happened, how it has affected our firm, and what we can do to fix it. The attorney-client privilege is the confidentiality agreement between a lawyer and their clients. When a client is disclosing important information to their lawyer, it is the job of the attorney to abstain from sharing the information in order to keep their client's trust. It is extremely important that a lawyer does not take advantage of the privilege because the repercussions of doing so may be harmful not only to the client, but also to the lawyer. There have been breaches in client confidentiality, and because of that, we have lost trust from some of our clients. Our firm is in need of a new policy that will allow us to be more trustworthy. We never ran into this problem, but on a few occasions. Now, for some reason, more breaches are being made than ever before. And as a firm, I want us to be aware of the negative trend we are setting for the future. In Figure 1, you can see that in 2014, only 2% of employees committed breaches in client confidentiality, compared to the 6% of employees who did this year. There are numerous negative consequences that may result from a breach in client confidentiality, including loss of client cooperation, clients trying to cover up the shared information through scandalous methods, or damage to the firm's reputation, and financial problems. All of these implications should make it clear to a firm that a breach is not something to take lightly, and that firms always need to be prepared in knowing what action they are going to take when this ethical issue arises. The main implication is the loss of client cooperation. Figure 2 portrays some of the possible negative implications of a breach in client confidentiality. There are numerous ways that different firms handle their employees whenever there is a confidentiality breach. Some of the ways include terminating the employee, filing a lawsuit against the employee, or ruining the reputation of the employee. The most obvious consequence is termination of the employee because it keeps the company from looking bad if they fire the employee. When it comes to filing a lawsuit toward the employee, the firm that the lawyer works for can prove that they have lost money due to their confidentiality breach, and because of this, the employee may have to pay the firm owner the lost revenue that the employee caused. The last way that other firms handle this issue is by giving the employee a bad reputation. This is potentially the worst because it will be hard to get hired at a good law firm if the firm knows that an employee is known for giving secret information away. Figure 3 demonstrates some of the main consequences given to employees from other firms. The best solution to abstain from any breaches in client confidentiality is to have a strict, firm policy statement that explains that if any person should be accused of committing a breach in client confidentiality, they will be put under investigation that will lead to termination from the firm should the employee be found guilty of the crime. This solution is the most ideal for this specific issue because it will be easily shared with all employees within the firm. The employees will understand it because of its precise wording, and it can be implemented immediately with approval of all supervisors. When it comes time to actively implement the new policy for client confidentiality, a policy statement will be most successful. This policy statement is based on research gathered from previous confidentiality cases, and it's based on how other firms address the issue. It communicates clearly to employees what its standards are on an issue and emphasizes the severity of not upholding those standards. It reiterates the company's standards on a certain topic, and it allows the employee to have a clear idea of what the company expects of them. This policy statement will affect the choices of our attorneys in a positive way by urging them not to breach their client's confidentiality. In Figure 4, you can see the projected growth of our client base. It is estimated to grow by 12% in the next 2 years if there are no more breaches in client confidentiality. This policy will be easy to implement because it will be something that a supervisor can send out via email, and it can be posted on the information boards in all of the conference rooms. Figure 5 shows the implementation actions that will be taken. Overall, this policy statement will be successful in implementing the new client confidentiality policy that states that if an employee is accused of committing a breach in client confidentiality, they will be put under investigation. If the employee is found guilty, they will be terminated from their employment at Hawley & Associates. This solution will work because it confronts the employee of the consequences and it follows a set of procedures. It also communicates clearly and it is easy to implement, that will be implemented in a professional fashion that can be easily understood by all employees.